Hello there, everybody. Hello, how are we all doing today? Thank you for joining. Who've we got? Let me just see. Let me sort out my chat screen. Excuse me 1 second. First things first, everybody. First things first. Can you all hear me? Everybody who's watching, can you hear me? Can you see me okay? I always like to check those things. It's been a long time. It's been about 3 weeks since our last one. Who did we watch? Oh, it was Blackburn, wasn't it? It was the game against Blackburn, which finished 1-1 that we watched here. Did any of you catch the summer series at all? I was on holiday, but I did manage to see Everton playing the summer series, but we just won't really talk about that too much because it was quite disappointing. Do you know what? I was gutted for all the American fans. We've got a massive American following, Everton. And I was just gutted for all them, over there when we turned up. We had a bit of a shell of a team, to be honest with you. But it didn't go too well across the pond, did it? So, who've we got? Let's see. Yes, can hear and see, no problem. Jim, nice one, buddy. Thanks for joining again. So what have you said, Jim? Just watched your Hill Dickinson and Brennymore doc video, Nick. Commented that it would be prime Everton if DCL was to net the winner against us on Monday night, mate. It's almost like with Everton, it feels like it's a home banker, doesn't it? Sorry, I've clearly sat on one of my hats. It feels like it's almost like a banker that, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, winner, assist, Jack Harrison, something like that. I don't think it'll happen, Jim. I'm confident. I've got to go over predictions to talk about the Everton match on Monday night in a bit. I've got loads to get through, and I like to keep these videos to about half an hour, but because it's been a long summer without Premier League football, hasn't it? It starts tonight, though. I know it's the shite playing against Bournemouth, but it's still exciting to have Premier League football back. I can't wait to have it on the TV later and give it a watch. Then Liverpool will go like 2-0 up or something. I'll turn it off and be fuming again with football. But that's just how it is. That's us football fans for you. Rob Sutton says it's good to be back. Good to be back, isn't it, Rob? It really is, isn't it? John List says a new season begins. All the best for the lads. Yes, John, up the toffees. 100%, mate, 100%. And Matthew, you're here, so we can get going. Matthew, nice one for that. Cheers, mate. So, let's see. Gonna be their second loss this season. Don't worry, Nick. Charity Shield, Community Shield, whatever they call it now. Yeah, Patrick, yeah. Good one, that, wasn't it? It's a good one. So things to go through. I've obviously made a list because there's quite a bit to go through. First and foremost, one thing I wanted to go through and mention. I think it's important to mention it and bring it up now whilst we're getting started on the new season, and that is the very, very tragic loss of Diogo, Jota, and his brother Andre. Absolutely tragic. I've not mentioned it once in any of my videos or anything up until now. I've had quite a few comments. I've had like emails that from people saying, will I be going to the Jota Memorial? Will I get my drone up and fly over so people can see it and all that? And I haven't. I've been to the memorial. I have been there myself. It's just what you'd expect. It's what you'd expect from football fans. Not just Liverpool fans, football fans as a whole. It's just a fantastic memorial, and it's absolutely devastating news to get, wasn't it? Horrific. I've decided not to put any of that on my videos or anything because I didn't want to. It's each to their own, completely each to their own. I didn't want to like almost be like I'm making money or profiting or something from such a tragic event. There's loads of others that still do Liverpool-based content and just content based around the city and that have been there. I mean, no disrespect to any of them. Do whatever you want to do, but it just wasn't for me. So when people asked if I'd go and put my drone over to show the memorial and all that. I just made the decision not to, because it's just not something I wanted to do. Like I say, I've been to visit, but I just wanted to bring it up now, just to touch on it's how tragic it was for the football community. As I say, not just for Liverpool fans, for the football community, it's a tragic loss, and it'll be tragic, for the season to kick off without him and his brother. So yeah, may they rest in peace. Let's see, Jim. What Jim say? Feeling like you're paying lip service to the event. You understand where you come from? Yeah. That's it, mate. That's it. That's it. And it's it's just, we can all pay our respects in a certain way, and it wasn't for me to go there getting my drone up and putting on video and all that. But anyway, let's move on. It's important to just give him and his brother a mention, though. In my opinion, it's seen as this is our first video of the new season and we're getting going. So the next thing to talk about, what I want to talk about before we move on to the Everton Leeds game, the biggest news of all the summer and all that, as it is transfers. I went through the other day just to start making some notes for this video tonight. And you know what? I was quite surprised. I went through every team's ins and outs. And what I noted going through the ins and outs is there's a lot more outs, or it certainly seems like a lot more. So I did a count up, and there is, through the Premier League 20 teams, 250 players out, 127 in. It's a massive, it's like 123 difference of out. There was loads released this summer as well. A lot of players released. Everton released a lot, didn't we? We released quite a few. One that did shock me when I seen it was Antonio for West Ham. And when I seen it, I thought, that seems harsh that they've released Antonio. How sad's that he had this he had the accident, and that was that was his last season. But then when I did look at it, I think he's like 35 years old or something anyway, so it's probably going to be his last season anyway, to be honest. But just made me realise that that's quite tragic as well, isn't it? For a player like Antonio, his last season was, tragically ended early for him as well, and then he's released by West Ham, so that's that. But so the team that made the most movements was actually Aston Villa. But it was 22 players out, and only 5 in for Villa. And those 5 in, to be fair, they're none that, for me, actually really, stand out as being massive signings for a team like Villa. I did see today, did you see that they've just been done for the multi-ball thing, for breaching multi-ball rules? So, and I think it was breaching it both ways, in that they just weren't playing ball. They weren't playing ball in that. I think they were not. If they were winning, they were quick to play the multi-ball, throw the ball in. If they were winning, they were slow. If they were losing, they were quick. So they just weren't playing by the rules, apparently. So they've been fined, and they're not allowed to play the multi-ball at Villa Park for the first 3 games of the season or something like that. Weird, isn't it? But yeah, so Villa were the most, 22 out, 5 in. Then Fulham had the least. Fulham have done the least business, with 9 out and only 1 in. And the 1 in is Benjamin Lecomte from Montpellier. I'm sure we'll get to know him this season. Don't know if any of you know of Benjamin. What did I just say his name was? Lecomte. What was his name then? Let's get to it again. Don't know why I repeated it. Lecomte or Lecomte. Anybody know him? Anyway, that's the only one that Fulham have brought in. They released 4 players: Vinicius, Willian, Hammond, Osmond, and then they loaned out Dibley Diaz, Luke Harris, Stephen Bender, Fagoles, and Ollie Sanderson. And again, don't really know many of the players that they've loaned out either, if I'm totally honest. I think they're all youngsters. But yeah, so Fulham have done hardly any business. But then we move to Everton, the mighty Blues, 12 out, which we all knew basically before the season had really ended. I know Everton took a little while to just confirm it. They wanted to play their last games, but we did then confirm that we released, and it was all, I think they pretty much all released when it comes to released or end of loan, because we had 5 loanees last season, didn't we? Which was a lot. And then we released Ashley Young, Begovic, Virginia, Decore, Holgate, Neil Mopey, don't even like saying his name, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, of course. The others were loans that come to an end. Genuinely, I know I'm a Blue, and I know a lot of people, especially if you're not a Blue, would say, I'm going to say this, but I think we've done good business. I'm really happy with our business. 7 in. We know we got Tierno, Barry, Mark, Travers, Adam Asnu, who could now be quite important because it's touch and go whether Mikalenko's going to make it for Monday. We've just signed Ruben Goka from Charlton, who he's a youngster to be coming through. But obviously then we've got the big news signings in my opinion, the massive ones: Charlie Alcaraz, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, and Jack Grealish. I mean, how happy is everyone with Jack Grealish? Is there, out of interest, is there anyone who's actually not happy with any of our signings at all, or any of our business? Is anybody not happy? Just the business we've done. I know you might say, I want more business, and David Moyes has said today, I think that he's looking for 3-4 players or more than that still. But is anybody not happy with the business Everton have done up to now? Let's see. So Jim Treacy said, that's very interesting. Does that stack up with previous seasons? Would have thought it would normally be balanced between in and out. Yeah, I'd have thought that, Jim. As I say, 250 out, 127 in. The one thing to bear in mind there, that could be a bit of a maybe not an exact true reflection, because some of those ins and outs may have gone to clubs in the Prem, remember, as well. I don't know if it stacks up to previous seasons, but I do think that a lot of the ones, I think the amount released has to be more than previous seasons. It's massive. I'll have a look, Jim. I'll have a look. Let's see. Rob Sutton says, sending Decore and DCL on their way was our best move. 2 heroes in their own lunch times. Rob, I definitely think, I was going to say DCL, but no, do you know what? You're right. Decore as well. You're right. Decore had definitely played his best days for us, hadn't he? And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, gone to Leeds, of course. Stays fit, do a good job for Leeds. Staying fit, massive problem, isn't it? Massive problem. Matthew Booth said, I think Brentford will suffer the most from their transfers away. Their best players and manager, yeah, totally. I agree with you there. Agree with you about Brentford. But I've gone. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the signings that stand out for me. To be honest, ones to watch, so to speak, in my opinion. And one is for Brentford, though, Matthew, who is Kelleher. The goalkeeper. I think that's a fantastic signing. Didn't like to say it when he was at Liverpool and playing for them, of course, but in my opinion, I think that Kelleher is a really good keeper. So I think that's a good one for him, for them. Losing the manager though, did you see the way Spurs played in the Super Cup? I know they lost. I know they done a Spurs at the end, but they looked different under Thomas Frank, in my opinion. What did everybody else think who watched that game? I thought it was a different Spurs, to be honest. Let me know what you thought, though. Patrick McTeer says, the best signing, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, Grealish, or Branthwaite when he's fit. Of course, Branthwaite signed a new deal as well. Patrick, we cannot forget that. That was one of the best signings of the summer, to be honest, getting Branthwaite on a new deal. So the best signing out of them 3. I mean, we haven't seen Dewsbury-Hall or Grealish play for us yet, especially together. All good, but I think Branthwaite's probably tops it, doesn't he? Probably. Good question though, Patrick. we'll see this season. Hopefully they all come really good. John Lister said Lecomte is a goalkeeper. Oh, is he? Yeah, so the only player Fulham signed is a goalkeeper. Is a good goalkeeper. From Montpellier. Roy Nixon says, I think the Diblin deal will get done. Should get the Coventry right back. Milan Van Uwijk. Okay, I think the Diblin deal does get done. To be honest with you, Roy. With Diblin, I believe that Southampton have come back to us with a counter offer because they put this price tag, was it 50 million on him, and I think they expected us to probably resurface and come back. But I believe this is just from like rumours and chats, whatever. I believe Southampton have approached us with a counter deal. So, and they haven't played them as well, have they? So I think they could be a little maybe desperate for the money, to get some big money for him. It's their, it's their biggest play that they're going to get money for, isn't it? So yeah. Rob Sutton says those last three are quite good signing. All right, they are, mate, aren't they, Jim? Rob Sutton says just worried about Grealish salary. If other players perform better, how long before they want similar wages? Yeah, I get that, Rob, but that's just football, isn't it? Look at last year with the likes of some of the players were on massive money. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Decore, Michael Keane. It's some of them being on massive wages. Like that's just football. That's just the way it is. They've got to go out there and perform and show the manager, show the club that they're worth the same as these other players. So that's just one of those things, mate. I get it. But Grealish is a massive player, isn't he? Taylor says not that annoyed, but not that happy. We have signed great players, but not enough of them, and short in some positions still. That right back position and right wing, that right wing and right back. So on the right, basically, we're quite short, aren't we? I know O'Brien has been fantastic right back, but when we've now lost Branthwaite, how's Moyes gonna play that? Is he just gonna put Keane straight in there, which then leaves us short at the centre? So yeah, I get that. You're right. You're right, Terry. We are still a bit short, no doubt about that. Before I carry on there though, let me carry on with my format the way I was going. So ones to watch, transfers in my opinion, ones to watch. Arsenal, that Gyökeres is his name, the striker, Gyökeres. Could be one to watch. I think he'll be good as well with Arsenal. Madueke and Gyökeres for Arsenal. I think they're two great signings. My next one was Kelleher for Brentford. I've already just mentioned him. João Pedro and Liam Delap for Chelsea. I think they're two great signings as well. I was gutted that Delap chose Chelsea over us. Proper gutted. I thought he'd have been really good for us. Delap. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Leeds, as I just said. If he was to stay fit, if he manages to play 30 games, let's just say, it'll be interesting to see what happens, won't it? I'll also be really irritated if he does manage to play 30 games in his first season away from Everton. One of those things, but it will be irritating, won't it? Got to mention him, Fitz, Liverpool. He looks a really good player. He looks a talent. Again, gutted. Hope it doesn't go well. Hope he's the next Timo Werner. But it doesn't look like he's going to be. Then, got free for Man United. Cunha and Buemo and Benjamin Sesko. That's some good signings that United have made there. They've definitely improved their side a lot, haven't they? United. So they're the ones to watch for me. But the signings of the summer, I'm obviously going to say it. The signings of the summer for me: Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, Alcaraz, of course. They're the signings of the summer. I forgot about the Branthwaite new deal as well. But yeah, for me, they're the signings of the summer. Let's see. Terry Nash says, do you have an FPL league? Do you mean like Fantasy Premier League? No, mate, I don't. Because a few people have asked me to go in their fantasy leagues, mates, and that. But I always find when I do a fantasy football league, I like update it and amend it for the first few weeks, and then I just completely forget about it. It just takes you to forget 1 week, and then like one of the players who you've had in, or you've got on the bench or something like that, one of the players on the bench scores a hat-trick, or one of the players you've got in, or two of them haven't played because they're injured or suspended or something, and it all goes to pot. Or it does for me anyway, so I don't do them, mate. I don't do fancy Premier Leagues now, to be honest, because of that reason. My own fault, but I always forget. I'm too busy and I just forget to change it round. Let's see. Jimtree says, with the injuries to Miko and Branthwaite, it shows how short we are in the squad. It does, but that's why Adam Asnu as well we picked up, didn't we? From Bayern Munich, wasn't it? He could be a really important signing now with that Mikalenko injury. We'll see how it goes. David Moyes today. I'm going to move on to Moyes' press conference next, but he was a bit irritated today. Anybody watching? Give me a thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button down there. Click on the little face that you might see, and I think you'll be able to do a thumbs up. Hit that button for me if you watched David Moyes' press conference today. For me, everyone. Let's see. John List says 50-50 with Jack. To be honest, there's a lot of pressure on him as he tries to resurrect his career. Yes, there is with Jack Grealish, John. You're definitely right. There is a lot of pressure on him, but that's what you want, isn't it? I think you want your players to have that pressure on them. That the fact that he knows that this is his chance, and possibly his last or his best chance to revive his career, his best chance to get back in the England squad for the World Cup, isn't it? He's got to show that he's still got that in him. The Aston Villa player, that was a great player, wasn't it? Let's be honest. He was a great player for Villa, but he was given freedom. We need to see David Moyes give him that freedom. So okay, only John's giving me the thumbs up on watching David Moyes' press conference. But in fact, Jim's actually said, Nick, did you see Moyes' press conference today? Not happy about the mole. Well, that's what I'm going to get on to now, Jim. So, David Moyes' press conference, I thought he looked a little bit irritated and upset, but the first question he was asked was about Jared Branthwaite and the injury. He confirmed the injury to Branthwaite. He was asked how long he's out for, and he didn't want to give anything away. And he actually said, well, I'm not telling you, but he went on to say, well, I'm sure the person giving you all the information will tell everybody that anyway. And then he basically just went on to say, we've got to find out who it is. He said it annoys him. He said, but it'll annoy any manager that information's being leaked out, and we need to find out who it is, and we will find out. So yeah, that's he just seemed quite irritated about that. Understandable, isn't it? Understandable that it's coming out if there's someone in the camp, because if it's only supposed to be the lads in the camp and the people involved that know about that injury, then yeah, that is irritating, and you can get it. Good evening, Mel's Vlogs. How you doing? And afternoon, Kevin, as well. So yeah, it was interesting to see Moyes like that, to be honest. Before the first game of the season, as I say, he just seemed a little bit irritated. He also confirmed, well, he didn't confirm because he didn't confirm anything, but he was asked about Mikalenko, Patterson and Armstrong injuries, and he just said that they're being assessed. So he was literally giving nothing away at all. We'll find out, won't we, when the team selection's done. So yeah, we'll certainly find out. But Harrison Armstrong is another one coming back from Derby, wasn't he? All the Derby fans loved him. So yeah, he'll be another one. It could be a big season for Harrison Armstrong. Tim Irabunum could be a big season for Tim as well. So we'll see. So what else was it? Yeah, Moyes then said about he was happy with the business they've done, but he wants three, four, even more players coming in. Asked about Tyler Diblin, and he just said yes, yes, there was an offer there. He said, but we've made offers for other players as well. He said that's just the one that's been basically highlighted in there. Wayne Clancy says, even in Mr. D, a bit late. Apologies. No need to apologise. Any of you? Kevin said the same. Bit late. This savvy Nick been waiting for a guitar to arrive from a courier. Okay, mate. Hope you've got your guitar. But then he was also one of the reporters asked him about, mentioned Beto, and said that you made clear that you were not happy with Beto and his performance in goals from him. And Moyes had to kind of shut that down as well and say, I haven't said I'm not happy with Beto. He said, the result what you've said is probably right, that I do want more. He said, but I've not said at any time that I'm not happy. So yeah. Any of you that watch that, do you agree there? No, I don't think Beto will leave, Mel. Do you think Beto will leave? What's made you say that about Beto? Don't think there's anything on the cards about him leaving at all. There was some rumour, wasn't there, yesterday? I think that Beto and David Moyes had a falling out, but I think that was squashed. And I think that it's come from the fact that David Moyes started Barry in the game against Roma. I think it might have all stemmed from there. So I don't think there's any issues. I know it's reported, but I think it was squashed. Julia Bold, I believe, even said that that there was nothing in it. But who knows? Who knows what goes on behind the scenes? Maybe the mole at Everton will tell us. Maybe they're setting up little stories and telling certain people and see what gets leaked. Who knows? So there could be a few things coming out that they're just trying to seek out this mole. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on, won't we? Staying on transfers, because people said about Little Shaw. People said Leeds are in for Beto. Is there anyone else that any of you think Everton should go in for? Anyone in the market that could be available? There's one for me that sticks out that I'd love us to go for. And I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but that Rasmus Højlund for United, he's available. He's available. He's happy to go. I believe now United have said he's available. 40 million, or they'd even accept or may accept a loan deal. I think he could be a decent player for us. I think he's really gritty and I think he works hard. That hasn't worked for him at United. But I don't know, there's just something about him. I kind of like watching him, how the effort he puts in and that. I don't know. What about you? Zinchenko? Gas pipe, yeah, Zinchenko. Could be one. Smart top that. Cheers, Wayne. EVH Wolfgang standard roasted maple granite crystal. Was that your guitar, mate? I didn't know if that was some player you were saying then. No to fake Haaland from United. I want McGinn or Douglas Luiz. John McGinn from Villa. Patrick, yeah, you'd like him in, would you? He's a decent player, John McGinn. Do you know what? If I ever have a bet when Villa are playing, he's one that I'll always put on to score or get booked. John McGinn. He seems to do one of the two quite often. Douglas Luiz, that's dead in the water, I believe. Though I know there's a point from wanting him. And by the way, I'm saying about Højlund, there's no room there that we might get him. So, but that, I think the Douglas Luiz thing is dead. I think Douglas Luiz put an end to that himself. So, although I'd like Douglas Luiz playing at Everton, when a player says they don't want to come and play, then no, that's it done. That's it done for me. So yeah, keep those names coming. If there's anybody, let me know. Anybody you would like at Everton. We should go in for Mitrovic. Where's he now? Where's Mitrovic now? You guys talking about guitars? So yeah, keep those names coming whilst I talk. Now I think Douglas Luiz was one who said no, to be honest with you. Unless you've heard something I haven't. Saudi League Mitrovic, yeah. Don't know about that then. Leeds Monday night. Leeds Monday night, guys. What are we thinking? Sorry, Nick, I'll shut up on the guitars. Mate, you have a chat. It's down there. You have a chat if you want to have a chat about guitars or whatever you want to talk about. I'll just keep talking and pop into the chat every now and again. So Monday night, 8 p.m. against Leeds. You may have seen already in some of my videos this week that I've mentioned I will be doing my live watch along, but I will be live at Murphy's Distillery, which is about 5 minutes from our new stadium, Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's just down the road. So yeah, I'm going to try doing it there. I kind of put it on one of my videos last week saying if any of the establishments near to the new stadium want me to go there and do my live video, I'll be happy to. Murphy's was straight in there. They messaged me straight away saying, Nick, come and do it at our place Monday. So Monday night, if anybody fancies going to Murphy's to watch the game, that's where I'll be doing my live watch along, and they'll have the game on, of course. And the beers are £4 from 4 p.m. till 6 p.m, £4.50 from 6 p.m. till closing time. That's pretty cheap beer as well. So what are we thinking Monday night? Okay, we are missing Branthwaite. It's a big loss for the first game of the season, isn't it? I believe as well, I don't think this is confirmed, but I believe he might be out till like end of September-ish, which really isn't great. So what are we all thinking there? I still think we've got enough leads. Oh, bad. I desperately hope that Dominic Calvert-Lewin doesn't score against us. Jack Harrison, I don't think he'll even play or start. He was booed in the last Leeds game because I think him and his mum apparently had said something about Leeds when he come to us. I'm not sure, not 100%, but that's when I read up why he was getting booed. Seen some Leeds fans saying that they weren't happy with what him and his mum had said or something like that. Mel said, I think Rasmus would be decent for another team. For another team, fair enough. He's on 400k a week. In the desert, no thanks. It was Mitrovic, is he? 400k a week. First I heard that he didn't want to play for us. Don't want him now. Like Malik Fofana, he can do one too. Yeah, Fofana as well. He swerved us, didn't he? So Gaspipe says we will battle Leeds 3-0. I think we'll dispatch Leeds quite not easily, but I think we will with Grealish. I hope Grealish starts. Do you know what a massive dislike and a real pet hate of mine is when footy teams, especially our club, you sign a player and then sign a good player and you're all excited and you don't get to see them for like 4 or 5 games, and they say you've got to bring them up to match fitness and that. Jack Grealish has been training quite a lot. I actually thought Jack Grealish looked quite fit on his and really in good shape on his like interviews and that. And I just want to see him start. Get a good attack going. Beto with Ndai on the left, Grealish middle, Alcaraz right, something like that. Then you got Kiernan Dewsbury Hall behind them with Idrissa Gana Gay. What's everybody thinking on that? Who do you want to see starting and starting in attack as well? Dispatch Leeds, love your style. Well, Leeds are shite, says Gaspipe. Missing Branthwaite is one thing, but Michael King starting in his absence is a scary thought. It is, isn't it? I think that's what'll happen though, because I think we've got to keep Jake O'Brien on the right. So I do think Michael Keane will come in. Look, Michael Keane with Tarkowski next to him is... do you know what? We're lucky that Tarkowski's back fit, aren't we? Because he had a nasty injury. So imagine we were starting the season without Tarkowski and Branthwaite. So, yeah, Michael Keane with Tarkowski next to him. It doesn't concern me too much against Leeds. But look, I don't want to disrespect Leeds too much. They've got that Nonto, James, Perot up front, or Dominic Calvert-Lewin maybe. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin's possibly going to be back up for them as well anyway, but we'll see. Bring back the real Everton under Moyes when Neil Sesnitz-Oxman means something, not just words on the crest. Love it, Patrick, love it. Are you doing a watch along? Says Gaspipe. Yes, mate. I've just said that. I don't know if you may have away from your screen, but I'll be at Murphy's Distillery by the new Everton Stadium doing my watch along. So Beto will start, Grealish on the bench. Cosmos, that's what I'm scared of. Like I was just saying, he's been in for a week or so. He's done some training with the team. He was showing on his own socials and that he was training a lot and quite hard on his own. So yeah, I want to see Grealish start. I really do want to see him start. Yeah, I think we'll win. I think maybe 2-0, 2-1, maybe. If Branthwaite was fit and playing, and we had our full back four, Mikalenko, Branthwaite, Tarkowski, and O'Brien, I'd have either gone for a 2 or 3-0. Without Branthwaite, unsettled the team a bit. Maybe without Mikalenko, that Arsenal looks like he could do a job there. But yeah, I think hopefully we'll get 1 or 2. And if they're going to score, they score, late on, just to get the little consolation. But I think I'll go for the 2-1 Monday night, with us to be 2-0 up though. So that's what I'll go for. So sorry, just looking at the comments there. That's what I'll go for anyway. I will be doing predictions before the game Monday night as well. So if you join me, I'll go live probably about 7:30, 7:45 on Monday night. And as I say, I'll be live in Murphy's. What I wanted to do before we get going, because this is the first one of the season, I wanted to do my top 6 prediction for the 2025-2026 season. Everton prediction and relegation, of course. So if you want, whilst I'm grabbing my board, let me know who you think. Well, who do you think will win the league? Who gets relegated? Everton's position. Let me know one of them guys whilst I grab my board and show you my predictions. I'll put it there. I don't even know if you can read that. I hope you can. Pick up my pen. Right. Okay. Brentford are going to struggle. Swap your chilies for shots while you're in the distillery. Hey, Rob, that is a great idea. Isn't it? I'll see if Murphy's are up for it. If Leeds score a goal, they can give me any drink that I've got a neck or something like that. I'll see if Murphy's are up for that. Yeah, I'm not buying them. I'm not buying. I've done loads of promotion for them, so hopefully they'll be up for it. It's a good idea, that, mate. Having chili for tea, are you, Kevin? Yeah. Okay, so top 6 prediction. My top 6 prediction. I've gone for an Arsenal win. You know how it is, guys. I can't bring myself to put Liverpool at the top. I just can't, and this is almost in hope as well. If I was being 100% honest and down the line, Liverpool might be at the top there. They've made some great signings. However, as I said before, Arsenal signing Gyökeres, Madueke, Saka being fit, Norgard as well. I think that could be a surprisingly good sign as well. Norgard, it's a bit of a weird one, but see what happens there. So I've gone Arsenal to win the league. I think it's a must win as well, because I think if Arteta doesn't win anything this season, they may look who else is available. Arsenal, top it. Liverpool, second. Chelsea, third. Now, Chelsea, I also think could really push for the title this season with them too. Then City, I don't think City have been as active as we probably thought they'd have been. The transfer market, when they're losing the likes of De Bruyne as well. Then I've put Crystal Palace 5th. This is a big if. So if they keep Guehi, not sure that they will. I'm going right now with the players I've got right now. If they keep Guehi and Eze, then honestly, they're a good side. Crystal Palace, they could be, the ones that break into that top six this season. I don't think Newcastle will finish top six this season. With all the Isaac stuff going on, they've not had a great summer at all. And don't know, who do they put up front? Newcastle. So I've gone Spurs 6th. That's my top six. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, City, Palace, Tottenham is my top six. Okay, I will write that down, or I'll take a picture. I'll have this video anyway, and we'll refer back to that and see how it went. Okay, let's see. I've got. So Rob Sutton says Everton will be in the top six. I think Chelsea might hit the wall and drop off. Do you, Rob? Yeah. Matthew, Everton 7th. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Forest. Down, Leeds, Brentford, West Ham. Okay. Then we've got John List, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, Villa, Everton. Okay. Alice Band, Grealish will get them Blues back into Europe. Love it. Come on, guys. Everyone to finish first. Well, how good would that be? My God, it would be unbelievable. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. So I've got Everton 8th or 9th. I'd love 7th. 7th puts us. There's, like I said before, Man U have made some good signings. I don't think Man U will be where they were this season. Tottenham as well. I put Tottenham there. Tottenham were awful last season, mainly the manager, but I thought they looked really good against PSG the other day, apart from the last 5 minutes. PSG can do that to anyone, really, though. So Tottenham, the manager and the players, they've got, Tottenham is such a weird team, aren't they? I just think that Thomas Frank's a good manager. I think he might be the one to break that mould with Spurs. Man U as well, it'll be hard. They'll be better this season. We'll be better. We'll be a lot better this season. So around from the 6th to 9th, it could be a real fight. So we'll see. But yeah, I've gone for us 8th or 9th, which is just massive. We just want massive improvements. That's where we'll go. Relegation. Who does somebody put? Burnley, Brentford and Wolves down. Burnley and Wolves I've gone for as well. But I've gone for Sunderland as well. I think Leeds will survive. Well, Leeds will be the promoted team that will survive. And I've gone for Wolves, Sunderland, Burnley myself. So, do you know what was interesting as well? I went over the transfers ins and outs, and there was loads of outs, not as many in. The only teams that had more ins than outs were the promoted sides. Sunderland, Burnley and Leeds were the only ones that had more ins than outs. All of the current Premier League teams from last season all had more outs than ins. It's another interesting fact for you. So Wolves, Sunderland, Burnley. Wolves losing 8-0 to City, losing Cunha to Man U. They're two best players, them. And the Wolves' top scorer, Cunha. I know their second top scorer was Strand Larsen, who they've signed on loan. After that, their third top scorer was 8-0. So yeah, I just think Wolves are going to struggle, if I'm honest. So that's who I've got. I will refer back to that throughout the season, and we'll see how it goes. But guys, I'm going to finish up. Half hour. I like these videos to be. We've done 43 minutes, and I could do more. Chatting along to you. Let's just go to some of your comments before we go. Leeds won't go down first for sure. Yeah, the UK freedom fighter, like it. But that's what I think. I personally don't think Leeds will go down at all. Gaspipe's gone Everton, City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Down Brentford, West Ham, Sunderland. Everton 10th-ish. Yeah, Cosmos. I've gone 8th or 9th. That's massive steps, isn't it? We've made some statement signings, Dewsbury Hall and Grealish, and to make that move from where we've been floating around this bottom and been struggling, to make that move up to 10 or top 10, it's fantastic. I hope we do. Everton to be top of the league at some point. Yeah, maybe Monday night when we batter Leeds like 9-0. That'll be the point, Matthew. So, guys, West Ham will absolutely struggle this year. West Ham will struggle, yeah. The only thing that might be good for them, I mean, they've kept hold of Bowen, obviously. They've lost Kudus, haven't they, to Spurs. He could be a good signing for Spurs as well. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? The season starting, we're seeing all these players at different teams. So interesting. I love it, Premier League footy. Absolutely love it. Love it. But yeah, it's going to be dead interesting. But West Ham will struggle. Graham Potter, though, he is a good coach. I know he inherited the team last year and seen them out to the end of the season. But he is a good coach, in my opinion. So be interesting to see what he does with them. Kevin says, John, I was talking to a Leeds supporter this morning dealing with a customer issue, and he was buzzing DCL has signed for them. Yeah, I heard quite a lot of Leeds fans were not, though. I heard that kind of general consensus between them all was that they're not happy. So don't know. Couple more decent signings. Everyone make Champions League. It's all about the balance. I think we need to balance the right hand side. Diblin for a start, a right back, solid right back for a backup for O'Brien. And I think now it's probably showing that we possibly need another centre half. Possibly. So yeah. Do you know what? I think we need a striker. I think we need a good striker. I take Rasmus Højlund. I noted that a lot of you were not up for that, but opinions, innit? Opinions. I just think he could suit our team, Don't know what it is about him. I think he could suit our team. But that's what it's about with footy. Footy opinions. We'll all argue them, won't we? Craft alluded, Leeds medical staff are going to be busy this season. Yeah, John, that's in a way, like I'm going to say, like, I hope so, but I don't wish anything bad on Calvert-Lewin or whatever. But I kind of hope that they are, just because I'd hate him to go somewhere else and be able to complete a full season for the first time in pretty much his career. Do you know what I mean? Just be so irritating. So UK Freedom Fight says, congrats on the Grealish sign. A bit jealous, not gonna lie. UK, who do you support, mate? Who do you support? Just interested. Now you say that you're a bit jealous. Get that off you if you don't mind. Then I'm going to wrap this up. So Monday night, remember, 7:30, 7:45ish. I'll let you know on the day. I will be live in Murphy's Distillery down on the Dock Road, 5 minutes from the Everton Stadium. If you're going out to watch the game at all, get there. Leeds, UK. Perfect, mate. What's your prediction Monday night? UK, please. What's your prediction, please? UK, what do you think's going to happen? I think we're going to win 2-1, maybe 2-0. Don't know if you were with us before, UK, but I did say that if we had Branthwaite fit, I don't think Leeds would score. But my opinion, of course, I think we'll win 2-0, 2-1, maybe Monday night. What's you're saying 1-1? Are you, mate? You're not going for a Leeds win? First game at home in the Premier League for a couple of seasons, and you're not gonna. I think your crowd will be well up for it. Got a good following, Leeds. It's always been quite impressive. Someone you never knock. We knock teams like City having bad support. Even to be honest, Sunderland's support, when I've seen some Sunderland games when they were in the Championship and that, wasn't great. Leeds, totally different. Leeds, I've got a great following. So yeah, I think it'll be rowdy at Ellen Road Monday night, and I can't wait to watch it. So yeah, if you fancy joining me, I will be at Murphy's Distillery Monday night. If you're going out to watch the game in Liverpool, come down there. Let's have a beer and enjoy the game. And if you want to get on the live stream, the watch along, you can get on and we'll have a chat about it as well. Jim Treacy's going for a 2-1 Leeds win. 95th minute winner from DCL. Jim, get out. What do you thinking of Jack Harrison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Michael's asking, I was just about to finish up. Yeah, UK, still with us? What's your thoughts on Jack Harrison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, please? I want to know that now, Michael. Now that you've asked, I actually want to know what his thoughts are as a Leeds fan. I genuinely think if Dominic Calvert-Lewin stays fit, he is a decent striker, and he'll be good for Leeds. He will. Jack, like you taught me. Cheers, Jack. Jack Harrison, on the other hand, in my opinion, and you all know this from last season, if you were watching me, if you were me, Jack Harrison, in my opinion, is just awful. Absolutely awful. Strictly football talking, of course, and football ability. He's probably a nice lad, but he's just not a good football player. Unhappy with Jack, as are all Leeds fans. DCL's a fitness risk, to be fair. Yeah. Realistic, mate. Realistic. When you say unhappy with Jack as well, Freedom, is that because of his football ability, or is it because of what I said before? And that I believe, I didn't know this until I looked it up the other night when I seen Leeds fans booing him, but I believe him and his mum said something about Leeds or something like that, did they? Is that right, mate? That they said something and Leeds fans aren't happy with it. DCL won't be playing Monday, mate. He's not fit. Not had enough pre-season training. You're right. Yeah, Kevin, you're absolutely right. You've got to be right there. Yeah, he's not. They're not going to rush DCL, are they? He's not, unless he was training somewhere that we don't know of. But you're right. He probably wasn't, because he sacked his agents and everything, DCL, didn't he? So yeah. I think when Dom said he wanted Champions League football, then he got mixed up with Championship. I think the issue is with Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. I think he honestly thought there were going to be clubs on the phone to him, and I don't think it worked out that way at all. It took Leeds even a bit, didn't it, to make that call and take the risk on him. He is a risk, but as I said, you know what? If he plays, if he stays fit and he plays, he can be a good striker. Can be. I'm still glad that he's not at our club, though, taking all that money. But listen, I'm going to finish off there. Everybody okay? Gone on for much longer than I meant to. Appreciate you all joining me. First one of the season, little pre-season show, pre-Monday night show. Monday night is the first watch along, and then Sunday after that we are at Hill Dickinson Stadium for Everton versus Brighton, the first Premier League game in the new stadium. I cannot wait. Come on, you Blues, up the Toffees. Guys, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I hope you enjoy the footy. I hope Liverpool lose tonight. Come on, you Blues. Come on, you Blues. Last quick question. Jim, come on, mate. Got to be quick. I've got to go home. Got to have some tea, and then I've got to get out and record the Queen Anne. Leaving Liverpool later, and the city lighting up red, white and blue for VJ Day. Got stuff to do, mate. Read back, sorry. If Grealish does well for us this season, do you think we can afford to sign him and pay his expected wages? When you say expected wages, I'm not sure what Jack Grealish expects anymore. He was on massive wages at City, of course, but I think Grealish has been quite clear that he only wanted to come to Everton. If he does well here, get into the World Cup team, considering his age and that, will he then want to take the risk of moving somewhere again? It didn't work for him at City, did it? Imagine what his career would have been like if he stayed at Villa. He'd have been 100% England player. You know, who knows at Villa? Who knows what he might have done at Villa and where they might have gone if he stayed. So I think, yes, we can afford to sign him next season. I think, is it 50 million they'd want? So I think, yes, we can afford to sign him. Look, we've just sold Everton Women's and Goodison Park, haven't we? So we are clear of PSR. So yeah to both. I think we can afford him. Yeah, and I think if he does well, I think he will. Fingers crossed, but I think he will. And yeah, I think we should then pick him up next season. Jack Harrison's mum's comments on Leeds and Harrison comments on Leeds United last season was very negative, hence the boost towards Harrison. Just negative, was it? Yeah, it's not acceptable when you're still a player. Like that idiot Mopey doing it to us, isn't it? Clown behaviour. But some people Just want to watch the world burn, don't we? Guys, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please join me Monday night. And as I say, if you fancy coming to Murphy's, I'll see you there. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye now. Have a good weekend, by the way. Enjoy the football. I've got to stop talking.